Hi everyone, welcome back to Linger Longer with Books. My name's Catherine, and in this week's video I'm taking you to Hayling Island secondhand book sale. So it's Saturday as I start filming this video. It's just gone 9 AM. I'm going to get on the road. It's currently sort of low 20s. We're expecting, I think, weather of 25 or 26 degrees today, quite a hot one. We've had a hot week all week really of about 30 degrees. So I'm going to stay in the shade but get kind of out and about as best as I can. I'm leaving Shelby with the curtains drawn and everything so he can stay cool, but I thought I would also get out before a lot of the crowds kind of go out and enjoy the sunshine too. So I've got my tote bag here ready to fill with books, and I've made a coffee for the car. And for those of you who've watched my channel for a little while now, I have done a few trips to Hayling Island book sale before. It's run every half term here in England by a local scout group. Basically, scouts are a local enterprise kind of community group that champions lots of outdoor skills, bonding, friendship, teamwork, and I believe it is traditionally just for young boys. But anyway, the book sale every half term helps raise funds for running their hall where they meet and different activities, I'm sure. So it's kind of a win-win for me in terms of supporting a local need like that. But I'm going to get on the road. I'm thinking, yeah, it's 9:13 now. I'm looking at my clock over there. It's probably going to take me about 40 minutes to get there, and the sale opens at 10. So hopefully I'll be one of the first through the doors, and I'm going to take you with me. So here I am. I'm just looking at my car computer. It says I've driven 20 miles and it's taken me 32 minutes, which isn't so bad. I am just going to try and give you some footage of the area that I'm in on Hayling Island and the Scout hut itself. So not so glamorous. This is where I'm parked up within the Scout hut grounds, but you can see blue sky out there. Lots of people out and about enjoying the weather already and getting down to the waterside. But here is the little Scout hut you can see. Hugely popular community venue. It's got an automatic defibrillator there if anybody needs it. And then you can just see the book sale signage there. So it has a big main room full of non-fiction. First off, when you first go in, there is a side room full of cookery books, and then beyond is the room full of fiction. So I don't know how busy it's going to be or how easy it's going to be to film, but I will do my best to get you some footage of me hopefully finding some really great reads. Now the next day, it's Sunday. It's a little bit cooler. It's currently saying 17 degrees, but very, very muggy. And hopefully there will be a breeze and it'll be nice and cool today just to enjoy the rest of the weekend. But when you see this, it'll be Monday evening, won't it? So who knows what will have happened by that point. But I did promise you a sort of a roundup and a look at the 4 books that I bought at Hayling Island yesterday. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into them. I'm going to show you them in the order that I discovered them and sort of scooped them up into my bookish arms. So first up is A Helping Hand by Celia Dale. Hopefully you can see that. I mean, I love the shininess of that cover, as you can see it. I think I had seen this around, but wasn't very aware of it. First off, love the cover. That's really intriguing. Feel like it's obviously quite a dated handbag, and pink gloves are of a certain time culturally. But what is this one all about? That's what you really want to know, isn't it? It says, this is a tale of ruthless greed, exploitation, and suffocating skin-crawling terror. That's intrigued me right from the get-go. It says, middle-aged Josh and Maisie Evans lead a seemingly unremarkable life. When their elderly lodger Flo dies and leaves them their estate, they head to Italy on holiday to soak in the sea air and let the sun soak into their bones. There they meet Mrs. Fingal, a wealthy widow who lives unhappily with her grown-up niece. When Josh and Maisie bond with her over ice cream and daily ambles, it's only natural that they arrange for her to move in with them once home. It suits everyone. And this is labelled up, it says, for fans of Shirley Jackson, Roald Dahl and Muriel Spark. Now, I've got a couple of Roald Dahl's adult fiction titles. Definitely, there is Skin here on my trolley somewhere. Yep, Skin and Other Stories. Just managed to grab that quite easily, which is always a nice surprise. But this, yeah, this caught my eye. I love the design, like I said. I love the font type. It's got the, however you call it, these kind of inside, I think they're called inside flaps. But let's move on from that. It says, Celia Dale was born in 1912 to parents who are both on the stage. Jen Ashworth is a writer whose works include the novels, and it goes on to say she was elected a Fellow of the Royal Society of Literature in 2018. She is Professor of Writing at Lancaster University. This is published by Daunt Books. Yeah, love. This will be, I think, a really fun read. Obviously, it's set in summertime. Do I read it in the summer? Get more into my horror. So, yeah, happy that I picked that one up. That was £1. The next book I bought was... well, I think the spine caught my eye. It was a strange colour to start with. And this is Poppies for England by Susan Scarlett and Noel Stretfield. It was Noel's other name that she wrote under. And this was in great condition. It's fairly old. Let me see. I think this is from probably the 2008. So what's that? 18 years ago. But immaculate condition, as you can see. I don't know if this has necessarily been read, but I thought I would pick it up because I thought this is probably A, quite hard to get hold of, B, is it even in print right now, and this edition is quite cute, very, very minimal, which is a nice thing. On the back there is a woman in a red dress. But what is this one all about? It says Noel Stretfield wrote 12 novels under the pseudonym Susan Scarlett. It says, in Poppies for England, she turned once more to the theatrical background she knew so well. It's 1946, and many are still feeling the aftershock of war. Rationing is still in place, and prisoners of war are returning home only to find their families almost strangers. Two such families, old friends with diverse theatrical talents, join forces to provide the concert party for the summer season in a seaside holiday camp. In this gay and cheerful book, hidden talents emerge, romances struggle and blossom, jealousies and artistic temperament are overcome as the families find happiness once more. That sounds very of a time, doesn't it? I have Saplings by Noel Stretfield as one of our book club picks this year. It's for later in the year. So I just thought that I would grab hold of this one for those reasons I've already shared. And I thought I would regret it if I didn't ultimately. So there you go. That's Poppies for England by Susan Scarlett, also known as Noel Stretfield. And that was also £1. We are halfway through my book haul. We've obviously covered the first two and I've got two more to show you. So I'm just going to go straight to it, number 3, and that is Agatha Christie's Murder in the Making by John Curran. It says stories and secrets from her archive, and it includes an unseen Miss Marple story. There is a lovely picture of Agatha there in a very cosy looking armchair. This struck me. It was the blue spine. This was in one of the non-fiction boxes. It really struck me to think I have the first one of these by John Curran, but I don't own this one. So I thought I needed to add to my steadily growing Agatha Christie collection. I have many of her stories, and I have quite a few books around her life and her career and her writing. So I thought this would be a great addition to my Agatha bookcase. It has my Agatha books have their own bookcase. It's a small bookcase, but I shall try and get a photo for you and feature it on here very soon. But this will fit perfectly. And what is this one all about? Well, first off, let's appreciate the inside of this book. It is a beautiful spread of all of Agatha's books. They're incredible. These are the editions that I am collecting. I probably have about half of them so far. Haven't done a recent add up of them, but I just love the old editions that have been reprinted. I love the font type. I love the designs. All quite dark, I would say, aren't they, really? But anyway, this book, let's have a look. It says, in this follow-up volume to the award-winning Agatha Christie Secret Notebooks, Christie archivist and expert John Curran leads the reader through the 6 decades of Agatha's writing career, unearthing some remarkable clues to her success and a number of never-before-published excerpts and stories from her archives. And this starts in the 1920s, and he looks at the conventions of detective fiction as it existed then and reveals how Agatha's publisher talked her into changing the ending of her very first book, The Mysterious Affair at Styles. And I think that is still one of the best Agatha stories. I must read it again very soon just to enjoy it once again. But really happy. This is in immaculate condition. It's a little bit yellowed in its pages, but it really feels like it's not been read. This came out in 2011 by HarperCollins. So really happy that I found that one. I don't often spot Agatha titles there, but there were a couple, but this one absolutely was coming home with me. So also cost me £1. Then last but by no means least, I picked up the following book in the humour. There was a box entitled Humour. I'm not quite sure if this was in the right place. But anyway, it is Banned Book Club. And again, the spine in the box, they were all laying down. It caught my eye and I thought, oh, I wonder if this is a graphic novel or something, because graphic novels are quite hard to come by, I find. Let me know in the comments below if you feel the same way. One, they are incredibly expensive, I think, in terms of traditional hardbacks, paperbacks. Obviously, there is merit in what they cost. I'm not saying that, but they are always quite hard to find first-hand or even second-hand. But anyway, this I thought would be great to read. So I picked it up. But what's it all about? And you can see it's black and white first off, inside, and in really good condition. It says, it's 1983 during South Korea's Fifth Republic, a military regime that has entrenched its power through censorship, torture, and the murder of protesters. In this charged political climate, a freshman named Kim seeks refuge in the comfort of books. It says, when the handsome young editor of the school newspaper invites her to his reading group, she expects to talk about Moby Dick, Hamlet, and the Scarlet Letter. Instead, she finds herself hiding in a basement as the youngest member of an underground banned book club. So I won't read any more, but that sounds, well, really unique and original in terms of its plot. Obviously quite hard hitting, but the bit that drew me in was a bit about how they are all seeking refuge in the comfort of books. And I think that's what we each do every day in our own little ways. But picked this up. I feel like this is an American or Canadian edition because it was originally $15. This cost me the grand total of £1. So this will be adding to my collection of graphic novels, if that's what it is actually termed as. I couldn't quite see the answer to that when I looked it up online. But anyway, it won't take me long to read. And there's a picture of a person in the back. Would that be one of the writers? It says the ingredients for this book were true stories from a network of friends over the course of 4 years. So there is absolute quest for truth, for creativity, and all of those things that we should each hold really, really close to us as humans and how we go about our lives. So anyway, yep, happy to get that one. So all in all, I think I got a real mix of books there. I have horror, I have 20th century fiction, I have crime non-fiction there, and I have multicultural graphic novel there. So there you have it. So what do you reckon about these 4 that I've picked up? Let me know in the comments below if any of these have kind of piqued your interest. Would you have picked any of them up? Have you read any of them already? If you have, what are your thoughts on them? Or out of the 4 of them, are there any that you think I should read first? Like I said, a smorgasbord of writing here. My reading, and as many of you who've been following me for a while will know, my reading is very, very varied. I read fiction and non-fiction, and I mix between those 2 things a lot of the time. But yeah, really happy. So 4 books for a grand total of £4. Love supporting the cause, as I said earlier on, of the local scout group, and they gave me a little flyer for the next book sale, which is happening at the end of October, which is the next half term. I don't know if any of you are tuning in who are very, very local to Hampshire or Hayling Island, but there you go. This is the Scout book sale that I go to, and I've posted several videos about for as well. It says our book sale, the largest in the area, held 3 times a year. I've been going for years now. I wish I could remember quite when I started, but it has been years. They do refreshments for a small little donation. It's a lovely group of people running that to support the local group. So I will be there. This will be a date in my diary for sure. And that's Halloween. I will be going on the Saturday unless I can get some time off work. On any of those weekdays that runs from 10 to 4. But yes, I will be there. I was very chuffed with myself for being there first yesterday, first in the car park. Yeah, bang on 10 o'clock, I was in through the doors. But anyway, a big thank you for watching the video this far. I always do appreciate your support, and your comments are lovely. I love interacting with each and every one of you in that way. So please keep your thoughts and comments coming in there. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do hit the subscribe button so you can see more of my bookish content. I post usually every Monday at 6 p.m. GMT. And also, if life is busy, like everyone's is, hit the notification bell so you never miss when I upload a fresh video for you. And just hit the like button. It really helps push the video out there further for more bookish fans to see. I would love to grow this community, and yeah, I love making more content for you each week. I'm not quite sure what next week's video is without looking at my planner, but I do try to give a mix of different things. This book sale had really crept up on me. It wasn't until I think last week that I realised it was this weekend. But anyway, there we go. I hope you're all doing really well. I hope you've got a great book on the go at the moment. I have just finished listening to A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas. I'm very excited about my June TBR that will be up on my Instagram and here on my posts. Well, it is the 1st of June when you see this, so you will see what my June TBR is. But yeah, excited for that. One of my pre-orders and most anticipated reads of the year is coming out in June, and that is Land by Maggie O'Farrell. Love her writing. She can do no wrong in my eyes. I am seeing her at Stratford Literary Festival in a couple of weeks, so that will be one of my upcoming videos, so stay tuned to that. And I might be returning to 66 Books, the massive book warehouse that is kind of, I guess, north of London, can't quite remember. I think it's Hemel Hempstead is the area, but basically because I'm travelling up to the Midlands, I'm going to try and come down that via that location and come home. So anyway, stay tuned for that if you want to see a massive warehouse full of books, 70% off RRP, probably me coming home with a basket full of books there. So stay tuned for that one. That's all I can say there. But I'll sign off here. I hope you're all doing really, really well. Take care. Happy reading, and I shall see you in next week's video. Bye.